Without hesitation, Taehyung and Jungkook used the main stage of Madrid Day, one to confirm their romantic relationship as a dating couple before the entire world. Throughout the concert, the circular stage instead became a private space for the two of them to constantly stay close, whisper intimately, and exchange passionate glances that isolated them from their surroundings. Jungkook's protective nature, as he continuously held Taehyung's hand, blended perfectly with Taehyung's affectionate side as he kept leaning comfortably against his lover's shoulder until the encore. This was no longer just a mere interaction between members, but an honest, passionate, and undeniable proof of love. Thank you to the Spanish army who supported Taehyung and Jungkook there. I deeply love taekook. Wishing you all good health always. Hello army and everyone who just joined. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Let's jump straight into today's video topic. Welcome back to V Effect. That night, the Riyadh Air Metropolitano Stadium in Madrid seemed to transform into a roaring ocean of light. The first day of their world tour concert had just reached its climax, leaving exploding remnants of energy in the warm Spanish air. Thousands of fans packing the stadium incessantly chanted the name of each member, creating a roaring harmony that shook the grand stage beneath their feet. Amidst the glittering glare of LED lights, Taehyung and Jungkook stood side by side, their breath coming in gasps yet smiles never leaving either of their faces. The relationship they had built secretly behind the scenes now felt so difficult to hide, especially with the atmosphere of Madrid being so romantic that night. Throughout the concert, Taehyung's gaze kept locking onto the figure of Jungkook, who looked absolutely stunning that night in a black shirt slightly open at the chest. Every time they crossed paths on stage, there was an invisible electric spark that made Taehyung's heart beat much faster than the drumbeats of their songs. For Taehyung, Jungkook was not just a fellow group member, but the axis of his entire world. Jungkook himself could feel how intense his lover's gaze was, following him wherever he stepped across that massive stage. As the closing song began to echo, Jungkook walked toward the main stage, letting sweat drench his neck and forehead, reflecting the stadium lights. He turned toward Taehyung, giving a subtle smile that only the two of them understood, a signal that he too felt the same longing despite being in the same place. Taehyung, seeing that smile, felt his defenses instantly crumble, ignoring the fact that there were tens of thousands of pairs of eyes and cameras focusing on them. With steady and confident steps, Taehyung walked across the stage area, heading straight toward Jungkook, who was waving to the audience stands. His wide strides reflected a firm resolve, as if the entire stadium belonged only to the two of them tonight. Seeing Taehyung approach with such a deep gaze, Jungkook stopped waving and turned fully to face his lover. His heart pounded rapidly, not from exhaustion after dancing for hours, but because he knew exactly the meaning behind Taehyung's look right now. There was a spark full of love and a bravery he had never seen before on a public stage like this. Without a shred of hesitation, Taehyung closed the distance between them until the tips of their shoes almost touched, making their warm breaths mingle. Taehyung's right hand rose slowly, his long warm fingers cupping Jungkook's sharp jawline with a gentleness that stood in stark contrast to the noisy stadium atmosphere. That touch instantly stopped the world around them, dampening the entire roar of sound into an intimate silence for just the two of them. Jungkook closed his eyes slowly, surrendering all control of himself to the familiar touch that had always been his place to return home. He could feel Taehyung's thumb gently brushing his cheek, which felt warm with sweat, a comforting gesture that always succeeded in erasing every burden on his shoulders. At that second, there was no more fear of the world's judgment. There was only a feeling of love that had grown too big to keep hiding. The next second, Taehyung leaned forward and landed his lips upon Jungkook's lips softly yet with a deep emphasis. It was not a brief peck they usually did as a joke in front of the cameras, but a sincere, intimate kiss loaded with deep feelings of love as a couple. Beneath the star-studded Madrid sky, Taehyung channeled all of his burning sense of possession and affection. The Riyadh Air Metropolitano Stadium instantly exploded with hysterical screams from fans witnessing the magical moment live. The roaring sound of cheers, tears of emotion, and flashes of camera lights answered one another, creating an extraordinarily grand backdrop for their kiss. However, for Taehyung and Jungkook, all that noise slowly faded into a blurry background, because their only focus was the warmth of their lips locking together. Jungkook returned the kiss by intertwining his fingers into the edge of the jacket Taehyung was wearing, pulling his lover's body to press even closer to him. Their lips moved in harmony, tasting the sweetness of the bravery they finally showed to the world after keeping it in silence for so long. The kiss on the stage of Madrid Day 1 became a silent witness that their love was far stronger than any boundaries that existed. Taehyung deepened the kiss for a few more seconds, ensuring Jungkook felt every drop of sincerity and promise he embedded in that embrace. He wanted the whole world to know, or at least tonight in Spain, that the wonderful youth he was holding was the rightful owner of his heart. Every gentle touch they shared on stage told the story of the struggle and happiness of their beautiful romance. When Taehyung slowly pulled himself back, he did not immediately step away, but rested his forehead against Jungkook's forehead, letting their panting breaths blend together. Their eyes opened slowly, looking at each other from an extremely close distance, revealing an extraordinary spark of happiness and relief. A wide smile formed on Taehyung's lips, his signature boxy smile that always succeeded in making Jungkook melt. Jungkook smiled back with blushing cheeks, looking into Taehyung's eyes with a gaze full of gratitude for the bravery his lover had just shown. He gently stroked Taehyung's arm, giving a small squeeze filled with meaning before they had to return to being professional, facing the ocean of fans. The roar of the Madrid Stadium had still not subsided. Instead, it grew even more festive, celebrating the historic moment that had just unfolded before their eyes. Holding hands with fingers tightly intertwined, Taehyung and Jungkook finally turned to face the audience, who were still cheering loudly. With the happiest smiles they had ever worn, both bowed deeply as a final sign of respect for a Day 1 concert that would never be forgotten. Beneath the Madrid night sky, their romance was no longer a locked secret, but a beautiful melody bravely declared on the grandest stage. On the other side of the stage, the BTS members witnessing the moment gave varied reactions, yet they were full of warmth and sincere support. Jimin, who was closest, could only cover his mouth with both hands while casting a playful smile, his eyes narrowing into crescent moons because he felt relieved and amused seeing the bravery of his two close friends. Meanwhile, RM as the group leader appeared to nod slowly with a thin smile full of pride. He knew exactly how heavy the burden had been for Taehyung and Jungkook all this time, and seeing them dare to express love on stage was a beautiful form of freedom. Not far from them, Jin and J-Hope instantly exchanged glances with wide, excited eyes before compactly cheering loudly while clapping rhythmically to tease the couple. J-Hope even took a small leap of joy while pointing his microphone toward the audience to further ignite the stadium's roar. In a slightly quieter corner of the stage, Suga, who usually acted indifferent, was actually caught on camera sporting a rare, genuine smile, showing the boundless blessings and solidarity of an older brother who always looked after his younger brothers behind the scenes. What are your thoughts on seeing this super romantic and brave moment from Taehyung and Jungkook on the Madrid stage tonight? Were you one of those who screamed hysterically while witnessing their sweet and sincere kiss? Or did you find yourself moved by the extraordinary support shown by the other members? This historic moment at the Riyadh Air Metropolitano Stadium certainly leaves a deep impression that will not be easily forgotten by any of us. Come on, share your feelings, theories, or congratulations for this couple right in the comments section below. Don't forget to write your first reaction when you saw Taehyung cupping Jungkook's jaw amidst the clamor of that Day 1 concert. Let's fill the comment section with love and positive support for the happiness of both of them. Ultimately, this unforgettable night in Madrid proved that their bond transcends the boundaries of the stage, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of millions worldwide. As the stadium lights slowly dimmed and the echoes of the crowd began to fade into the night, the profound courage displayed by Taehyung and Jungkook stood as a powerful testament to their enduring devotion. No matter what the future holds, the unbreakable melody of their love has been written into history, and global fans will undoubtedly continue to walk alongside them, guarding their happiness every single step of the way. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.